What's going on today, crew? We're going to take the opportunity now to discuss some positions that we often see in the low ring transition, which we use a lot when we cover the muscle up in class, when we're looking to teach our athletes the different positions that are required for the high ring muscle up, or when we think about scaling options for those athletes that don't necessarily have that high ring muscle up yet and are working towards those more difficult exercises. So here I've got Alex, and we're gonna focus on three positions: to the rings, through the rings, and on top of the rings. Each of those positions is gonna have something that I want you guys to focus specifically on. So Alex is gonna grab the rings, and of course we could talk about false grip and all that stuff, but I'm more concerned, like I said, with those three positions. So we get our athletes set up so that we're directly underneath the rings, and it's a big emphasis on the athlete using their legs to push them through this. And then of course we can make it more difficult the better we get at it. So here, Alex is gonna drive through his toes and push his hips up to the sky. At the same time, those rings are gonna meet him right about the sternum. This is to the rings. From here, we're gonna transition through the rings. When he transitions through the rings, I want you to think, go back to the previous step, Alex. His head is behind the rings, his hips are in front. I just want those two things to switch positions. Head's now in front, hips are now behind. You notice that he lands low in the ring dip with his shoulder in contact with the top of the ring. And then from here, he's gonna get to the top. Now at this point in time, we really only need to focus on using the legs, but of course we could lift the legs up off the floor and strict through this dip. But here at the top of the rings, I need his arms to be long. I need him to think about putting the rings in his pockets, pressing through those rings before calling it a good rep. Now, like I said, we could of course make this more difficult, but this is where we practice. So use the feet first, and then we could think about raising the rings or moving the feet more forward of the rings to make this exercise more challenging. So next time we have muscle ups in the workout and you go through those low ring transitions, focus on those three positions and focus on hitting those first before making this more challenging.